Hello everyone, welcome to lesson 1.8. We're going to be subtracting fractions with unlike denominators today. So actually this should be really easy because it's not really any different than adding fractions with unlike denominators. We're going to get our common denominator, but this time instead of adding the two fractions, we're going to subtract them. So get your I can statement written. Again, it's lesson 1.8, and then continue the video when that's finished. So let's start with 3/4 minus 1/3. So again, one of the things we can do is simply multiply the denominators to get our common denominator. So we know that 4 times 3 is 12. So we can turn 3/4 into 12 because 4 times 3 equals 12. So if I multiply top and bottom by 3, and then the same is true with the second fraction. 3 times 4 is 12. So I multiply top and bottom by 4. So 3/4 becomes 9/12. 1/3 becomes 4/12. And now I simply have 9/12 minus 4/12 gives me 5/12. Easy cheesy, right? So let's look at a fraction bar like we did yesterday. Nina has 5/6 yards of fabric. She uses 2/3 yard of it. So she's used some of it up. How much fabric is left? Oh, there should be a question mark right there. So here is a fraction bar showing sixths. So I've just marked 5/6. That's how much fabric she has. Now she's going to use some of it. She's going to use 2/3. So if we took 1/3 away, that would be 2 of the sixths. And if we took another third away, because you can see here's 1/3, 2/3, and then this section would represent our 3/3. So 2/3 is being taken away. How much do we have left? Okay, good. So there is our 1/6 left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/6 minus the 2/3, which is total 1, 2, 3, 4/6. We've got 1/6 left. George ate 3/8 of a pizza. Raphael ate 5/12 of the same size pizza. Who ate more? How much more did he eat? So we have two questions to answer here. So we see that we have 8 and 12 for our denominators. So 8 doesn't go into 12. 12 can't be changed to eighths. So we need to find something that both of them can go into. Now we could do 8 times 12, but we're going to be working with a pretty big denominator if we do that. So one of the things that we can do is list the multiples, or in other words, we're trying to find something that 8 and 12 will both go into. So if I think of 8 times 1 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16, 8 times 3 is 24. If I do the same for 12, 12 times 1, 12 times 2, 12 times 3, I can see that both 8 and 12 go into 24. So I can use that for my common denominator. So how do I get from eighths to 24ths? I have to multiply by 3. So I do that to the top and the bottom. So my new equivalent fraction for 3/8 is 9/24. And if I do the same thing for 5/12, to get from 12 to 24, I'm multiplying by 2. So I need to do that to the top and the bottom. So now my new fraction is 10/24. So now I have 9/24 and 10/24. Who ate more? Which of these two fractions is larger? Well, 10 out of 24 is more. That goes with the fraction 5/12. So we can see that Raphael ate more. So how much more did he eat? Well, 10/24 minus 9/24 gives us 1/24. So Raphael ate more. How much more? He ate 1/24 more. Let's look at another one. George ate 3/8 of a pizza. Raphael ate 5/12 of the same size. So this is going to be the same problem, but this time we're going to find a common denominator by multiplying. So I said earlier, this number is going to get pretty big. It's going to be 96. So to get from 8 to 96, we're multiplying by 12. So that's going to be 36/96. To get from 5/12 to 96, we're multiplying by 8. And that's going to be 40/96. So we can still see that 40/96 is more, which goes with the fraction 5/12. That's Raphael. And if we subtract the 36/96, we get 4/96. So we can do the problem this way, but this fraction actually would have to be simplified for our answer to be totally correct. So we can still see that Raphael ate more. He ate 4/96 more. All right, so here are your practice problems. You're doing only 2 today. Be sure to copy the problems, show your work. Obviously, you're going to have to get a denominator that's the same. Think about the ways that you can do that. I'll see you at group.